words of Maya Angelou, when you learn, teach, and when you get, give. Welcome to Conversations with Verdel Jones. I'm your host, Verdel Jones, and being an educator at heart, I'm dedicated to sharing conversations that inform and enlighten in the hopes that you learn something you may not have known. And joining me today is my lovely co-host, Jeremiah Jones.
Ta-da!
So, I'm always happy when Jeremiah is in the studio with me. So we have a really great show planned for you today. Looking forward to sharing some information with you guys. But before we do that, I want to mention a couple of things. I want to thank our sponsor, Nancy Vargas Johnson. She is a real estate agent in the Long Island area. So if you're in Nassau or Suffolk County and you're looking to buy or sell your home, give Nancy a call. She's your girl. She'll hook you up. So make sure you support Nancy Vargas Johnson. Our sponsors are very important, and getting sponsors is important as well. So we're always looking for sponsors for the Conversations with Verdel Jones show. So there's some information on sponsorship opportunities available. So you can reach out to us and get some information and keep this show going with informative topics we bring to you. Also, I want to say that you guys can follow me on Twitter, and that's Deli Teach, DELITEACH, at Deli Teach. So you can follow me on Twitter, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's Deli Teach too. All you need to do is go in the search, type in Deli Teach, and you will see my YouTube channel with all of the past, shows that we've done. So make sure you check that out.
All right.
So we're going to have a good show. There's a couple of things. We're going to be talking about, usually what we do is we talk a little current events. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that. But we had a great guest on last week. Mm-hmm. Her name is Kim Knight, and Kim Knight wrote this book called Relationship Recipes. So she was really good, and we had a lot of fun in studio last week. So Jeremiah and I thought it would be a great idea, or maybe it was just me, to talk about relationships today. So that's what
I love talking about relationships. Are you kidding me?
I mean, it's your favorite topic, right?
Favorite topic.
That's awesome. So that's what we're going to be doing. So, but first, we watched the Grammys on I think it was Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. Mm-hmm. All the award shows. We like to check them out as a family and talk junk and all that stuff, what have you.
Right.
Seems like the older we're getting, like the less people. Goodness. I know who who these people are. It's like, who is that?
Right. And it doesn't.
I don't hear half the songs. You guys hear them. I really don't listen to the radio that much.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know how I hear them, why I hear them, when I hear them, but I've heard some of these songs maybe because they play the radio at my job a little bit. They used to. Now they don't really play the radio as much, but that's the way I would hear some of those songs.
Right. Well, now in this day and age, when you have selectorized, you could either I listen to my phone, with the music I have on it, or you have like a Pandora or something like that, or Sirius, where you could choose the genre
of what you want to listen
to. Being old school, I listen to, of what you can listen to.
He
so
old school.
So I don't have to, you don't listen to the radio. So keeping current. I keep current enough. I know enough to know, but some of these people, I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, I know. So, and it's true. Not even with just the Grammys, but it's with the
like with the Oscars.
With the Oscars,
like
not as much, but definitely with the Grammys. With the Oscars, we watched the Golden Globes. And there were some actors and actresses that we had no idea who they were.
Yeah, it's like, who are these people?
Yeah, and like you said, I think the older you get, the more,
our son, they know like everybody. So,
right, yeah.
Oh, that's such and such. Oh, okay.
So what did you think about the Grammys this year?
I thought the Grammys was okay. They had a couple of good performances on there that I dug. Mm-hmm. It's the same old same. I didn't really have an opinion on it per se, one way or the other. It was just, it was okay. A couple great. Kendrick Lamar's performance was crazy.
Yeah, it was really good, and it opened the show the right way. It was really good.
I like Kendrick. I'm not like the biggest fan of Kendrick Lamar. I like some of his songs, but the performance was crazy. So.
My only thing with his performance, it was really good. I had no idea what he was saying.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I say I like Kendrick Lamar. I like his music. I like him personally.
Right.
But just his, I mean,
like
I said, I'm old school. I'm old school.
Right. When
so lyrics mean a little something.
Right. And his lyrics are, from what I understand, are really good.
Right. When you understand them, and right. I mean, I don't know if it's the old ear or what have you.
It's the old ear.
But I'm used to being able to hear a cat's lyrics and be able to, but like I said, maybe it's the old ear. I can't catch it.
Yeah, you can't catch it.
But he raps really fast, and in his tone, I just some of the songs, I can't get. Or, I don't know, but I mean, I like the vibe or whatever. I like the way he's coming from. I like him as a person.
Right.
But that was good.
So they had Kendrick Lamar open the show, and then they had Lady Gaga sing after.
Yeah, so that was a little anticlimactic.
I love Lady Gaga, but the song was it was very good, and
to come
she's
right
talented.
After that,
but it was like
everybody was hyped
pumped,
and
right?
pumped
Exactly.
And, checking it out, and then she comes on. She's singing this like slow.
Right. It was I don't remember the name of the song, but it was it's a popular song. Yeah. I mean, it was it's her hit that's out now or whatever. I think the big surprise for me was that Bruno Mars won everything.
He won everything.
He won everything.
And I like Bruno Mars.
I like Bruno Mars a lot.
I think he's good. I mean, he won everything. Album of the year, record of the year, song of the year.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z went 0 for 8.
0 for 8, right.
He didn't win a single.
Nothing. So he was probably a little salty about that.
Probably a little salty because, he usually don't even go to this stuff to the Grammy. He's boycotting or what have you. He don't go.
Right.
So he show up, got his whole family in tow, basically, almost. And he went
Blue Ivy, Beyonce, where were the twins?
So
the twins weren't there. Yeah.
He went over, and it's like, man.
Right, not one.
He didn't get best album cover or something. I don't know. They just they didn't want to give him
anything.
So
and the album, I didn't listen to the album per se, but I listened to that one, that one track, OJ one, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, he has. It's a samba. It's a samba. It's not a party album.
No, it's not. It's more of a conscious kind of album.
Album, contemplative, and they make you think or what have you. But it's a good album.
It's no Lemonade, but.
Oh, here she go. Here she go. Beehive.
I'm just this close to the Beehive. You're like, I'm not all the way in.
You in the wasp nest. You ain't in the Beehive. You in the wasp nest. That's next door to the Beehive.
My friend at work said you have your toe in the honey.
Oh, okay. You chasing them. Beyonce is cool.
Yeah. But Lemonade was just ridiculous.
But Bruno Mars racked up. And,
he did. He really did.
I mean, like I said, I like Bruno Mars. His songs, he has that R&B party vibe to his songs that, is a good formula that you don't hear. A lot of songs and a lot of music today, which is good. I like that vibe.
Right.
That's more of what I like to.
It's like straight up soul dance R&B music, which is real. It's really good. It's cool, but it has an appeal to so many people.
Right. You heard his influences. He was talking. Or what the type of stuff he was doing when he was little, when he gave speeches like Teddy Riley and.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did say that.
A couple other people that's in that genre.
Babyface, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
It's good. Good for him. Good for him. He's a good entertainer too.
He's a very good entertainer.
With his band and everybody, his dance moves and all that. So he's good.
But let's talk about some more dance moves. Cool. Let's talk about who I think is just stunning.
Who? Rihanna?
What was going on with Rihanna at the Grammys? She had to take a break.
The thing is, Rihanna
in the middle.
Rihanna done got a little thick. Rihanna eating, Rihanna living good. She's chilling, and she looks great. I mean,
she does. She looks great.
Ain't nothing wrong.
But she had to sit down in the middle of the performance to take a little break.
She had to take a break. She had to pull a Luther. You know what I mean? She can't be up there dancing like Janet and all that. She had to take a little break. Wow. She was huffing and puffing. And DJ Khaled.
I don't know. Explain it.
I don't know. I like him, and I love that he has his family with him and his son. But I don't know. After a while, it's like
Well, we were saying that song is just Carlos Santana, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about the song. That's just a total rip.
I mean. The song is hot because
what is that?
Carlos, right?
Santana. What's the name of the song? Oh man, it was at the top. I'm drawing a blank now, but and that won a Grammy.
Right. It's a great
Maria
song.
Maria.
Right. Yeah. Is it?
Is it Maria Maria?
I don't know. Okay, but it is Carlos Santana, right?
Yeah,
right. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, the song is fire. But I was thinking about that because as we were watching it, we were saying, what production is in that? But if
it just sounds like a loop of the other song.
But you think about like when Puff, came out and what he did with the songs, they were rip-offs too. You know what I mean?
But when you listen to right, I mean that's what sampling is anyway.
Yeah.
But you can tell, like say for instance, in a Puffy or some of the songs, the productions,
right?
You can hear that it wasn't the actual. That sounded like he took the album and actually looped it and sampled it, as opposed to them like on, I don't know, say like "Been Around the World," right? That's Let's Dance,
right?
Like somebody was replaying it, which is different.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
That sound like it was just the record.
Juicy, like Biggie,
Juicy, right? Yeah, Juicy, and Toomey, right? Exactly.
Right,
so you could tell that it's the same song, but they at least they replayed the song, It sounded like they just took the record and just looped the record, and and then had wow, and had them sing on it. Exactly.
Right.
So, but I like it because
it's a good song
because the beat.
Because of the beat, right? Exactly, and that's really what when you listen to these songs, that's what I really enjoy about a song like that.
Right.
Or like back in the day, you talk about Puff and what he did, or you talk about the West Coast and the vibe that they brought to to the rap game with the music that they use, and really. And people really enjoyed that, because it was like it was R&B, and then they put the rap over it, and it was something that people really enjoyed. That's why I don't understand like the trap stuff, because right? Is it called trap? Yeah, trap.
I don't even know what it's called. It may not even be called trap now.
Right, it might be something to change it up. But I don't understand that because I don't get the rhythm of it.
Well, the rhythm of it.
I don't get it.
That too. The rhythm of it it's like that same. It's the same. Sounds like it's the same beat.
Right.
It's the same beat, the same tempo. Not all of it, and and that's not the same. I mean, out there, you got some guys out there that like the Kendricks and the J. Coles and different guys that are doing different things, but
that are doing different things, right?
But I like a variety in my. I don't want the same. I don't know. I can't even.
I don't even know what it is.
Beat.
Right? Yeah. I don't get it.
I don't know. But
and then there's like new people that, like you said, we don't know. Like our daughter was talking about SZA. Right, the female,
Sizzler,
the woman who
you don't
sings.
like SZA.
I do not like. I don't get her. I don't get it. Like
she's alright. I don't mind.
You know why? Because she when she performs, she's doing way too much for her vocals. So in other words, like if you're acting that way, you should be like
belting out like Patti.
You should be Patti LaBelle.
If you're doing all that,
all these theatrics for that voice. So I don't understand. There's a disconnect for me when I see her perform. I don't get it, and maybe that kind of turns me off.
She's popular now. Yeah. The people love her. They like her.
You know what it is? I need to hear her song without seeing her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you need to listen to the album.
I need to listen to exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Without seeing her. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's a beautiful woman, but she does way too much. It's like that meme of Ashanti. Singing a song like she's belting it out.
They got her face like 3 different ways, like she's singing like.
Right.
It's like, what song was that?
Right. Ashanti doesn't sing that way.
No. Right. Yeah, that's a funny meme. I wish we had.
I know, that was so funny, hilarious. One of the things, we like we said, we don't, I don't like to talk politics, but I'm going to interject here because there was some. They were talking about the viewership of the Grammys went down, and it took a really steep dip in people viewing it, and they were saying, they gave some, reasons why that could be. One of them was young people don't watch TV that way.
Yeah. Sure, they don't watch TV like that.
They don't watch TV like that. And the other one was maybe it was politics because, with all these award shows.
Right, they were talking a lot of people.
It's very political.
Right, I think what is she, the Secretary of State, Nikki Haley?
Yeah, Nikki Haley. Mm-hmm.
She was saying, she had put out a tweet or something like that.
Is she the Secretary of State? No, she's not Secretary of State.
She's the UN Secretary.
Right, mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not Secretary of State.
No, not Secretary of State.
Is she?
No, she's not Secretary of State.
Who's Secretary of State?
I don't know. You know what? They come, they go.
Yeah, that's a revolving door. I have no idea. But anyway, she's somebody in Trump cabinet.
Let me see what she is. I have to find out. Well, go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna Google it.
She was like, some of us like our music without the politics.
Right.
That's what she said.
Okay, so
which is fine.
But let's talk about that.
Music has always been political.
Music has always been political.
You know what I'm saying? Since the beginning of time. So, and there's always been political statements and stuff at the Grammys. So I mean, why this year? Now this year, people can't do what they feel or say what they feel. If people want to express themselves in that way, so
right,
be it.
right, exactly.
So I mean, and some people like, and there was music on there that wasn't political. It wasn't like the whole show was political.
But like you said, if you look through through music history, you see that the songs that had a great impact had a political I mean, Imagine, by the Beatles, it's like
Johnny Cash was real political.
Yeah,
I mean, further.
There's what's going on, Marvin Gaye. So there's a lot of social commentary within our music.
Of course.
So to say that that's not what music is.
Like that's new.
Right, like that's new.
Like
it's
that's
not.
Something new,
it really isn't. And then hip hop in general,
Hip-hop in general, I mean, I'm glad to see they're reverting back because they, some of the artists, because, some are back in, I go on my get off my lawn, old man perch. But
that's him.
I mean, you had more people in that political vein that was saying different things.
Yeah, when we were coming up, I mean,
you had your PEs.
Yeah, right, exactly. Exactly.
Brand Nubians and it's just, and not saying that what it all has to be, but at least there was a variance in different type of people that were doing the thing. And now it just seems like that's all, for the most part, they're all together. It's all the same.
So Nikki Haley is the United States ambassador to the United Nations.
Okay.
Yeah, the UN ambassador.
Got your information.
Yeah, because I know Secretary of State is
Who is the Secretary of State?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Well, we're gonna segue because I really want to get into this book. So I'm good. Yeah, we're gonna segue. We're gonna see. First, we're gonna explain how it felt when we were doing the interview with Kim. Yeah. Jeremiah was really, I mean.
What? No, I was chilling. I was good. I was chilling. Kim was saying that that I was ambushed. I knew what it was. I was sitting off screen, just listening to the conversation. But no, I mean it's I like the book because it's fun and it has the different projects or
exercises
that you got to do that make it a little interactive, which makes it more
Tillerson.
fun. Huh?
Yeah, Tillerson, the Exxon guy, Tillerson.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah, right. Where is Tillerson?
They disappear. They go. Where's Ben Carson? I think Ben Carson's in the floor. He's in the sunken place. He's in the cheese in the couch.
It's Black History Month. They're gonna pull him out.
You're right.
Him and Frederick Douglass.
I can't mess with you. Yeah, him and Frederick Douglass are gonna be out. They're gonna do it. They're gonna
Black
do
History
a
Tour.
Black History Tour. Yeah. And them two freaking frack sisters that.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't see them in a while, but anyway. So anyway, Jeremiah was off screen. We were talking about. There's some really great exercises that Kim Knight put in her book, and one of the things that I really loved about the book was. Whether you've been married for a long time or whether you're newly married, the book really has a lot of good stuff.
I think this is definitely a good book for people that are newly married.
Yes.
Too. Mm-hmm. Because you know what? I think a lot of times people that are newly married, what happens is they leave a lot of things unsaid.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
When things should be discussed, and you just assume that a certain thing about a person or how they feel about something, and that can linger and stay undercover for years, and until something comes up, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, and you just thought, as opposed to
actually sitting down, going through the chapters in the book and really understanding.
Right, getting this stuff out in the open, so you really know how a person feels about certain situations, certain things. That's a good thing to do. right off the bat.
It really is.
Because people, there's a lot of unsaid,
right.
unspoken.
But you know, the thing is,
things that,
too. You know, you'll talk about, oh, I want children, or I don't want children, or you know, there's some things that
some people may not even do that.
Some people. Well, I hope they do. But that's like real. That's like easy kind of stuff to that you would think of. Okay. But there's some really good suggestions and exercises in the book that people may not automatically think of.
Well, let's go to some.
We're going to go to some. we're gonna take a look at some.
We're going to take a look at some. All right, what's the first one? All right, well, we picked out a couple. I mean, there's a bunch.
Yeah, I think there's 12 or 13.
Yeah, we're going to pick out a few and just go through real quick and just talk about certain chapters. So the first one, recipe number 2, forgiveness fondue.
Right.
So now she lays it out as recipes. So that's why, you know.
Relationship recipes, and then all throughout the book she has different recipes
right.
that touch upon certain things that you need to know if you're in a relationship.
Right. Forgiveness fondue. Now, what am I going to do? Am I going to just read?
What are the ingredients?
The ingredients, right? Forgiveness. I'm going to read some because I don't want to, you know.
Right.
You got to go out and buy the book. I don't want
That's right. He's not going to give it all away. You guys got to pick that up.
All right. It says forgiveness is critical to the success of any relationship. Forgiveness can give you emotional and physical well-being. And forgiveness is a choice. Make the conscious decision to forgive. So, right off the top, what when it comes to forgiveness, what do you think off the top of your head? Like what?
You know, I think, and we've had, you know, this discussion before, but you know, and you do hear this often. Forgiveness is not necessarily for the person that you are forgiving, but to forgive is for yourself. So if you forgive someone for something they may have done or what have you,
right.
You're better off. You're healthier as a result of it because you've gotten that out of your system. But also, it doesn't mean that you condone whatever the behavior or the action might have been, but you're willing to forgive it. You're willing to move past it. And I think that's really hard for people to do.
It is. Because I think there's... to a certain degree, and and it's not just relationships, just talking about forgiving just in general for anything.
Right.
I think for some people, for a lot of people, not forgiving holds a certain power, so to speak, that perceived power. Now, I don't know if the right word is power.
So in other
not
words,
forgiving has a certain amount of something that you can control, that you think, you know what I'm saying? That you can control. However you were wronged, right? You had no control over that. So, but I do have control
if I'm going to forgive you.
If I'm going to forgive you or not.
Right. Okay.
So holding on to that and not letting that go.
You think you have power within yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have. You know what? I got over
right.
you since you did this to me.
Right.
I can choose not to forgive you.
Not to forgive you. Right.
Now, I think in some cases you don't realize how detrimental that is to you and how that's tearing you up.
Right.
By holding on to that and not going on. Because for some people it's not as serious as you know. It may be just not, and then you don't even think about it, you know what I'm saying, except for when you see the person or well, if it's a spouse, it's everything.
Right, it's different.
It's different. Or when but for others it may be a situation that's something that you think about all the time. So then that's not good.
Yeah.
If you can't go on with your life and move on.
Well, we're talking about in a relationship.
Well, when you want to bring it back to a relationship, of course, that's definitely not good.
Right, yeah.
In a relationship, that's not good at all. If you want to be in that relationship.
If you want to be in the relationship.
If you want that relationship,
you're going to have to learn to forgive. Yeah, right,
married,
yeah.
You got to. If you're going to be in a relationship, you have to forgive, else you're not going to be able to move on.
So, for me, I know that forgiveness is just something that I forgive. And sometimes I get mad at myself. I forgive way too easily.
Okay.
And I don't know what that is, but you know what? I'm like, why am I? And I don't know why, but I've always felt, why am I going to hold on to this? Because it makes you feel sad. It makes you, it's upsetting. So once you let it go and you move past it, you feel a lot better about it. Right. But like I said, it doesn't mean that you have to say, oh, well, I totally agree with what you did.
Right.
But I need to forgive you, because if I don't, I
got to keep it moving.
I got to keep, I mean, holding that in. I don't know how people hold grudges for that long. And people do. I know people do.
Yeah, I know
right.
people that
yeah.
holding grudges for decades.
Right, and it's like,
and
why?
It makes no sense.
Why? And what does that do to your health, your health? It probably eats away at at your well-being. So I think forgiving is key in a relationship. Just I want to talk about some of the exercise, because she also has exercises. So in the back of each recipe, and I think there's 12 or 13 of them, she goes to it's like a workbook. So if you have a spouse, you're in a relationship, you're going to take this workbook and you're going to take a look at some of the things or exercises that you can do within that particular recipe, so to speak.
Okay. All right, so let's say, all right, one of the exercises for forgiveness fondue. If you have something you've been holding on to which is keeping you from fully enjoying your relationship, today is the day to begin the process of letting it go. Forgiveness is a choice. List below anything that you are ready to put to rest and forgive. This is the beginning of the forgiveness process.
Right.
So I guess you both would sit down and,
and write out what you forget. Right, it's a choice, and I think that's key too, because it is a choice. You can choose to hold on to it, or you can choose to let it go.
Right.
And I think it is a process working through that.
Okay.
But I think there's layers to forgiveness too, because say for example, if you're in a relationship and there's a trust issue, and you have to build the trust in order to forgive, and so I think there's layers to it as well.
So I guess, and that's time.
It's time. Yeah. Exactly.
Anything with trust is time.
Right. So. It's time. Exactly. But I think it's it's something that when you go into a relationship, or you're in a relationship, an old or new relationship, it's something that you have to learn and and work through.
It's not easy.
No.
It's not easy.
So. It's not. It's not.
But you gotta look at the cost. What is it? Analysis.
The cost analysis.
Yeah,
weigh the pros and cons.
The pros and cons. 'Cause, if you plan on being in that relationship, if you don't plan on being in a relationship, obviously, then
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You still want to forgive him though, at some point, because you don't want to hold it in.
No, you don't want to hold it in. But I mean, if you want that relationship to flourish, and you plan on making a life with this person, you have to.
Yeah,
you have to. No other way.
Right, exactly. So that was the forgiveness fondue. That was one of the things that we kind of wanted to talk about, because I think it is hard for a lot of people to forgive. But it's a process. You choose to forgive, and you just have to work through it, and it's going to take a little time.
It's going to take a little time.
Yeah. So. All
right. So the next one, the next recipe. This is number 5. Is deep dish listening. Deep dish listening. Right?
I think I know why you picked this one, but go ahead.
Pray tell. Why would you say that? All right. Why would you say that? All right, deep dish listening. These are the ingredients. You got to listen. You got to listen with a conscious mind.
Right.
Give your undivided attention.
Right.
Allow the other person to be heard, and avoid the temptation to interrupt. So, yeah, those ingredients. Excuse me. That's something I got to work on. Listen, okay, it
ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. Relax.
You got to breathe.
Sorry.
But listening with a conscious mind. That's very critical, because sometimes, I don't know where I read this or heard this, but a lot of people, not a lot of times, all of us, you're listening in order to react.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not listening to understand or to hear. You're listening to get you,
right.
So, okay, so I can let me get one. So you can.
What'd you say?
Yeah. So you can, react to what they said,
instead of listening.
To understand and comprehend and really look at another person's point of view.
Yeah, exactly.
But give your undivided attention and allow the other person to be heard. Avoid the temptation to interrupt. That's definitely me, because I guess it goes back to the listening with the conscious mind.
Right.
Because if you already, before they even finish, you got something you got to say. They ain't even finished. They
didn't even finish talking.
They didn't finish talking, and you got your rebuttal.
Right, and this is not a courtroom.
Right.
Your relationship. Well, this is not a courtroom.
Yeah. She
Tutuola.
Too old. That's not Johnny Cochran.
Oh, Johnny Cochran. Well, you have Johnny Cochran and Tutuola rolled into one then.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, tendencies.
Right.
Right. So you got to listen.
Yeah.
But like I said, you have to be listening with an open mind to hear what the person has to say.
Absolutely, yeah. Because, and and there's some great ways to actually do that, to really show that you're actively listening. And that is repeating what the person actually says or getting an understanding of what they said so you're clear.
Right.
So instead of building up your rebuttal, you are listening to what they say and you're kind of, you're parroting what they're saying. This way repeating back so you understand what they're actually saying. Because sometimes you can misinterpret things too.
Oh, no question. That's a whole other thing too.
Because that happens. That happens. That happens with us. We interpret things differently than
you say something meaning it a certain way, and the other person takes it
a
different way than what you mean it.
Than what it was intended to be.
Yeah, what it intended to be.
Right. Yeah.
But also too, now you want to it has to be. You got to be honest with how you intend it. So in other words, when you have that situation, right?
Right.
And somebody you say something, right?
Yeah.
And I take it one way.
Right.
You can't be like, no, I didn't mean it that way. I meant it another way. Knowing full well you meant it the way that I interpreted it, but you just changing it up.
Oh,
because certain people have been known to do that too.
I don't know who
change
does that.
I don't know change it due to the reaction that they get. So, I mean, you got to be honest.
You got to be honest
with how you deliver.
I think that just happened.
Yeah.
It just happened.
So you got to be true to how you delivering that message. Right. Don't change it up based on the reaction you get.
Right.
It'll be no, I didn't mean it that way. It's like, come on, but we still working on ourselves too. After what, 30 years?
30 years in September.
Well, how
and
long?
Then 35 years in November.
That's a long time.
It is a long time. I know, right? It's a long time. Yeah.
We're getting old.
Yeah, exactly. But listening is really, really important, and that goes into the communication. And communication is key.
Right.
We all know that. We talked about communication on another show. We talked about communication when Kim Knight was here. But communication is so important in a in a relationship, and listening is part of the communication. Communication is listening as well.
Oh, no question.
So being able to be honest and upfront with your spouse is and sometimes it's not easy.
Right.
And I think the other thing is, like you were saying about the you're working on your rebuttal. Having the type of relationship where you're open and honest about that communication means that when somebody says something to you, in the relationship, you can't judge what they say.
Right.
You can't have a reaction that's, that's kind of judgy.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. As far as judging them from your point of view.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You got to look at it. This is how they feel.
This is how they feel. Or they tell you something that you might think is weird or something. But, you can't, judge their feelings, I guess you should say.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So what are some of the exercises that they have in there?
All right. Some of the exercises that they have. Deep dish listening.
I'm trying to see these comments. I don't know how to do this on here. You have comments up there, right?
Yeah. Real quick before, what did Tina, my friend Tina, unforgiveness is the poison we take, hoping the other person will die. It's just no good.
Wow.
Okay, Tina. All right, the exercises for deep dish listening. By showing genuine interest in something your partner feels is important, you are deepening your level of intimacy. So by showing genuine interest in something your partner feels important, you're deepening your level of intimacy.
Right.
Voila.
Well,
I'm here.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. That's
Ask
so
your
true.
partner
It's
questions
so true.
about a topic you know he or she is passionate about.
Right.
Let your partner talk and express his or her opinion or knowledge on the topic. Ask questions in a curious manner, which shows you are really interested in what your partner is saying, even if you aren't. That's funny. End the conversation with a positive statement politics. About your partner's passion on the topic. Really?
Really?
You can't be condescending though. You can't. No, you got to be a good actor. You can't just be like, "Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Tell me about it." Just be like, "Word." But no, it's.
Who else is watching out there?
You want
to comment? Yeah.
A couple comments, yeah.
Oh, hey, Joy.
Liz out there.
Nice. Oh, that's so cool. Hi, everyone.
What's up, Angie?
Thank you for watching. Man, Joy, miss you.
Maya's watching.
Nice.
My niece, Patrice. I see y'all out there. Ronald.
Ronnie.
What's up, Mr. Softy? My cousin Danae. What up, Nene? Go Philly.
So communication and that listening part is really, really important in a relationship. And it needs to be worked on all the time.
Right.
And the other thing is with the listening is the distractions. With social media and everybody on their phone and things like that, sometimes we're disconnected. Like I know last night I was like, you know what, I feel like disconnected because there's so many, you can have not only just social media and your work, whatever, but there's so many things that go on in life that sometimes you kind of isolate yourself. Right. And you're focusing on those things instead of turning back to each other and focusing on each other. Right. So I think that's something that people really, especially this day and age with so much stuff going on, that needs to be a conscious effort.
To reconnect
with your partner. Exactly. It really, really does.
Check in and everything.
Yeah, check in, exactly. Because, you don't get the opportunity, not that you don't get the opportunity, but you're not conscious about it. You're not consciously making that effort to connect.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of times.
So you got to
just living life.
Yeah.
And
you got to consciously make an effort to do it.
Right. And then sometimes in that living life, you're not, and neglect is a bad word, but you're not as in sync as you should be. So.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that kind of leads into so just real quick in the she also has some questions that you kind of can ask yourself and in reference to these topics as well.
Deep dish listening?
Yeah, the deep dish listening.
Okay. How do you know when your partner is truly listening? Mm-hmm. I think you can feel it.
Right.
Intuitively, if you know your partner, you can tell if they're just messing around.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you can.
How do you know when you are truly listening?
I think that exercise in repeating what your spouse is saying about a certain thing, I think that's important. I think that it might sound hokey, I'm not going to do that, but I think it matters.
It does matter, because that leads number 3. How can you let your partner know you're truly listening and wanting to understand?
Exactly.
That's that goes to what you just said as far as repeating back what they said instead of just sitting there.
So the next time, you guys are talking, with your significant other and they have something that they want to share, just kind of repeat it back to them. Make sure you understand what's going on.
Make sure you understand what,
That's right. But that leads us into the next thing that talks about spending time with one another.
Okay. This is last week. Recipe number 8, time for fun fritters. Mm-hmm. So now, mind you, we're only, talking about a few things. There's much more in each chapter. We're only giving you a little bit. So, you got to go out and purchase.
It's a great book. I'm telling you.
Purchase the book.
We're going to do some of these exercises in here for real.
Yep. We're doing it right now. Time for fun fritters. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here are the ingredients. Enjoy each other's company. Well, we do that. Mm-hmm. Learn to laugh at and with each other. We do that. Go out with other couples who share your same interests.
Not so much. Once in a while.
We need friends.
We need friends.
Anybody want to be our friend?
I know, we need friends really bad.
Have hobbies together
as
well as separate activities. All right. So.
Hobbies together as well as separate activities, yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
Time for fun. You definitely gotta make time out. And I say this we have, now that we're, I don't even know what you call it, quasi empty nesters at this point. I say quasi because, they always come back.
They always come back.
Asking for money.
They always come back.
Yeah.
They always come back. We can't get rid of them.
We're quasi empty nesters. We have a lot more time to actually do, certain things. So we find that but it's important even if, you have little ones and that you
right.
frame out a little space and time for yourselves to go, do things with just you two, what I'm saying? Things like that. So even,
Yeah, but okay, so we're somewhat empty nesters. We don't have to necessarily worry about, the kids, what they're doing. We don't have to entertain them,
make sure they got dinner.
Make sure they have dinner. We still, we'll go out to get something to eat. We want to make sure that, Marcus
but I'm
eats,
saying,
son eats, or whatever.
If we're not home, they'll get something for them. They'll make something on their own.
Or go out and get something, right. So you don't have to worry about that. But I think it goes back to the routine. It goes back to the day-to-day. So, we don't necessarily do a lot of things, outside of the home. We go to the movies, we go to dinner and things like that. But you get so caught up, and that's just life. You get caught up, just doing your day to day, especially when you have young ones.
School and activities, especially
oh please,
it was just not practice.
Right. Driving here and driving there. Yep. But you do have to make time for yourself and really pay attention to what your spouse likes to do. And I think it goes back to the listening, where they like certain things. So, try to honor that, and do certain things that they like to do, and then vice versa. Because, it shows a couple of things. It shows that you're paying attention to what they like and what they enjoy, and that you're taking the time to be able to share that with them, So that's important. Just a little tip.
Okay. Yep. And so what do we have here? We have, like I said, exercises. Okay. They have things in here like make a list of at least 4 activities you and your partner enjoy doing together.
All right, we're going to do that one right now.
Oh.
We're going to do that one right now. Because what you enjoy, what one spouse enjoys, might not be what someone else, the other, enjoys.
Okay.
Right? So what do you think are some things we enjoy doing together?
Going to dinner.
Going to dinner. I love going to dinner. I don't know. Do you like going to dinner?
I can eat.
I know you can eat, but see, going to dinner for me is more of an experience.
Oh wow.
Than just eating. Oh wow. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. So go ahead. Going to eat.
Yeah, that's mine. Okay.
Okay.
Next.
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah.
Things we do together.
I would say going to the movies, but it's more me than you.
Yeah, I'm not. But I'll go. I'm not a really. I don't like going to the movie theater unless it's something. Unless it's something I really, really want to see.
I can watch anything in the movies.
I cannot, because I will go to sleep. So, but yeah, I don't necessarily like going to the movies. I enjoy, and we've done this together. Like when we go to the city. Like I like, like going to the city. I like a play or a musical. I like a play, preferably. But
a bit of musical. I ain't big on the musical.
You like
I like
them.
Plays. I want to go see Guys and Dolls or something. Come on, man.
There's more than anyway. So, doing those things. Like I like doing things that
I enjoy plays.
Right. Yeah. So going to a play, or a concert.
Oh, I love going to concerts.
Concerts, I think, is one of the most. Yeah. So we enjoy doing that together. So I think we need to do more of that.
Okay. Long walks in the park?
No, not so much.
No. Oh.
Maybe a short walk
around the block.
Like when we go to Manhattan, we hang out in Bryant Park. We hang out, in Central Park. Now that I think.
We sit in Bryant Park and
all day.
Watch all day. We did that one time. Just all day.
Yeah.
It was a nice, beautiful day.
That
and
I
we
love.
just sat there all day chilling. Went and got the ice cream.
Yeah.
Just sat there chilling.
Yeah, the waffles with
with
the ice cream.
Just sat there.
Right.
That I love. I mean, and Manhattan, there's just enough to entertain you like for hours.
Right.
And we just sat there talking and just.
Yeah. And usually nice. I'm not a person that likes to sit still for too long. But
no, but for some reason you enjoy it, yeah, because she gets, it's like a, caged animal. She sits too long. Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't jump up from the table right now.
When we went to, Jeremiah and I went to Punta Cana a few years back, and we were at the beach, and I can't sit on the beach for hours. I can't. I don't mind sitting on the beach, for for a little bit.
I can sit at the beach all day long.
Yeah, I cannot. So what I did, hold on one second. Art said, he wants to call in. I said, yes, Art, you can call in. So Jeremiah sat at the beach, and I'm like, all right, I'm out. And I just left.
Yeah, how long was we was there? Like 3 minutes.
No, we weren't. We were there for maybe an hour.
Were we?
All right, maybe not.
20 minutes?
And because they had like a lot of different activities that were going on at the resort. So
yeah, but this was like the first day. We had plenty of days left. I had my little drink. I had my book. You had the beach right there. I was sad.
He was chilling.
I'm chilling.
I'm like, there's no way that I could sit on the beach for this long.
Man, that take me a nap.
So, but that's good because we know each other. We know what we, we like to do, what we don't like to do. So what I did was I went to go do my activities. Jeremiah was chilling.
You did, get a facial or massage?
I don't know what I did. I was just out.
Yeah.
I came back. Jeremiah was in the exact same spot that I left him.
Oh my God! I might have waded in the water a little bit. Came back, got my feet a little wet. Came back in the chair. I can't. Man. But we know though. So.
So yeah, we know that. So that's something we really enjoy. I can be in Manhattan. All day.
I like vacationing.
It's fine. We like vacationing together.
Yeah, we go to different spots.
Right.
And,
because of that too, we know what we like to do and what we don't like to do, and I can do my thing, and Jeremiah could chill and do his thing, and but we have a good time. So what's something else we like to do? I love when we took dancing lessons, and that was a long time ago. I absolutely loved it. Jeremiah, I'm not sure.
It was all right.
It was all right.
It wasn't the worst thing in the
world. I like activity. I think it's nice when you get to do some activity with one another instead of, something that's, calm. I like more action,
Rock climbing or something? You want to go rock wall climbing?
I don't know if I could do that.
Me neither.
But so that's why the dancing lessons were a lot of fun.
They were. I mean, as we got into it, I enjoyed it more. What did we learn? Like the merengue, salsa?
Yeah, the merengue and salsa. Yeah.
Something else.
Bachata?
Bachata.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. Cool. So, you guys really have to make make time for to have fun with each other and do, things with each other and discover what you like, in writing like the book, The Parent Agent, I talked about what the kids like and how we got to know that. And I think it's just important for you to know what your spouse likes and how to, find out what they like.
One of the things on here too, real quick, I just wanted to get this in. You're talking, list some activities you enjoy that do not include your partner.
Right. Yeah.
Go.
I like going out with my girlfriends. And I don't, because there's, and we talk about this, at times. I like going out with my girlfriends because I can do things that Jeremiah really doesn't like to do.
Yeah, like, wine tasting.
Like wine tasting, small plates.
I'm a grown ass man. No small plates.
He doesn't necessarily like the food that I like. Like some things, some things that you don't really care for that I'll eat that maybe I can eat. Like
have you had guacamole?
It's good, right?
Guacamole is good. Yeah, you would tell that. That's
tell the story.
No,
tell the story.
You can tell it.
So, speaking of, trying to, get into some things that your spouse might like. So for years I've been eating guacamole. I absolutely love guacamole. Since I just love guacamole. Avocados, they're really good. All of that. Jeremiah was so anti. So I would ask him, let's go to a Mexican restaurant like Besito. Besito is a great Mexican restaurant. Let's go there. I don't like Mexican food. I don't like, so I would get table. He would go anyway, like if it was my birthday, and we would get the tableside guacamole, and he wanted nothing to do with it. I don't like guacamole. It just has no taste, but whatever.
And I tasted it. Now it wasn't like I didn't
complained about it.
Yeah, no, I tasted it. Didn't like it.
So we went to this restaurant called Verdel, and it's in Bayshore. Great restaurant. And as a matter of fact,
need some sponsors.
As a matter of fact, Ronald, it's the old restaurant your mom and dad had is now Verdel. And so we went to Verdel, and when we first went in there, it was so cool because it was kind of nostalgic going back to the restaurant, how it was kind of set up. But so we went there, and there was something, I guess, maybe a meal came with guacamole. I don't remember.
Yeah, I had. That's when I was doing my low carb thing.
He was doing his low carb, right thing,
and I had like steak and something.
Yeah.
And they had that came with guacamole.
It came with guacamole. So.
Man, I don't know if it was because I was doing the low carb.
Maybe that was it.
I tore that guacamole up.
He's like, this is so good.
It was delicious. I don't know. They made it different or something.
They did not.
Yo, it's delicious.
So
ever since then,
he's like, oh man, guacamole is really good. Like he's telling me, have you had that guacamole? It's so good. But you know what? I'm not mad at him. Because
I'm buying avocados.
Wait, no. It gets even better. He not only bought avocados, he bought a special tool.
You got to do it right.
To slice up.
Open it and take out the seed. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you boom, you do the scoop.
And then you do the scoop.
It
cuts them.
Nice. Yeah.
He bought a tool for avocado. Yep. So I'm okay. I'm not mad at him because I like guacamole. Now we can both enjoy guacamole. So we are having what is it? Time for fun fondue.
Yeah, exactly. So I came around.
You came around, exactly.
So we were saying list some activities you enjoy that do not include your partner. So.
What do you like to do that doesn't enjoy?
Go to the gym.
Go to the gym. Yeah, he doesn't. Okay, that's another thing, right? So with the gym, like Jeremiah's like, I'll go to the gym with you. To me, that means that we're going to work out together. For Jeremiah, it means we go into the gym, Jeremiah goes this way, and I go that way. So
she don't want to do. You don't want to
do
what I'm doing?
I am not going to the gym with him.
Come on, it ain't that bad. And there's been time we work out there. First of all right, if you want to know, we being real. I ask her to do certain things. She doesn't listen to me when I tell her to do certain things in the gym.
I got to read that chapter.
Yeah, exactly.
Deep listening, deep dish listening.
Deep dish listening. So I'm telling her, you should do certain. She don't listen. She go do something else.
I'm like that penguin.
Right. Nope.
I'm going with my instincts.
You're going with your instincts. So that's a whole other thing. But yeah, all right, going to the gym, I like doing that. They don't include my partner.
Right, yeah.
What else do I like to do? Not much. I mean, outside of going to the gym.
Right.
And just, I don't know. I mean, not much. There's not much that I do.
Yeah.
Like I said, but definitely going to put my music, put my headphones on.
Yeah, he likes that. And you know what? And I'm fine with that. In a relationship too, I think there's certain times when you need to come to the realization that everything that you do, it doesn't have to be together, or it doesn't, just because you think that when we go to the gym we should be working out together doesn't mean that that's what it should be.
Right.
And I've learned that.
Just spending time in general. You need time, just even in the house, being around the house or whatever. Like, like sometimes you out in the yard, you planting your plants, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm out there in the shed cleaning the shed out. You know what I'm saying? It's just time. You don't got to be up under each other like, 24/7. You need time to be in and out of the house. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, if you go out with your people from work or whatever, you go out, with your girlfriends or what have you. That's that's fine. You need that. You need that. You need to do that.
So we are like time has kind of ran out. Anytime we talk about relationships, it's kind of a fast conversation.
Yeah. Because we've been
lot
at it for
a long time. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody. Some great people out there watching. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching Jeremiah and I. We really, like I said,
really
enjoy.
Yeah, we enjoy. talking these topics and, making you people smile. But it's real stuff. It's real stuff.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So I want to thank, again, Kim Knight for this awesome book that she wrote, Relationship Recipes. If you guys, new, old, relationship, it doesn't matter. I think it's a great book for you and your significant other to kind of take a look at. So with that being said, I want to wish everybody a great night, and thank you for tuning in to Conversations with Verdel Jones. I also want to take the time to thank our sponsor, Nancy Vargas Johnson. She is a realtor in the Long Island area. If you're looking for a home in Nassau or Suffolk County, she is your woman, so give her a call. Also, thank you for putting that up. Jeremiah and I are being honored at this event. It's called the Valens Award. They are saluting couples that have demonstrated unconditional devotion and love through the years. So this is going to be a great event. I'm so excited that we were honored, by Alicia. She invited us and nominated us to get this recognition. So if you guys are, in the area and you want to attend, the information was there, and I have it up on my, my Facebook page. So again, everyone, have a great night.